You led GE, you led in clear medical imaging. You were head of GE's medical imaging department, right? At one time, where was that?
Right. Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Now, the CT scanner was invented by somebody in England, right?
Right.
And you felt that it could be improved on, right?
Tell you what, the team in Milwaukee wanted to make incremental improvements on EMI's design. And we came back to Schenectady, and the research lab under Art Beeka had a team that told us that they could make radical changes on EMI's scanner that would take the time to get a slice from minutes to seconds.
The guy who invented the CT scanner said it couldn't be done, right?
That's right. And that was frightening. And he was right to an extent that there was one physics thing that reared its ugly head, and our first machines proved he was right. But the team in Milwaukee and here were able to outsmart him and eliminate that defect. And in 2 years, we had 50% of the U.S. business, and another 2 years, we had 50% of the world CT business.
Now, it had to do, a CT scanner has to do is an x-ray, right?
Right.
And it was a thin beam x-ray?
The EMI design was a pencil beam. The GE design was a fan beam. EMI had 2 detectors. The first GE machine had 320 detectors. It was that different. And it cut the time from minutes to seconds.
Now, what did the fellow who invented CAT scanning, what did he say when he saw this?
Well, I wasn't allowed to talk to him back then, but he was amazed. And especially he was amazed with the rapidity with which GE got into production. And EMI then tried to invent a generation ahead of ours that would eliminate this problem that we had to overcome. And it never worked as well as the one from here.
So when I get a CAT scan, I can thank you, right?
Because every company that's producing CAT scans uses the design and concept developed here in Schenectady.
Now, you went from the CAT scan to magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, right?
Right.
Now, unfortunately, I can't have MRI because I have a pacemaker. Mm-hmm. The magnetic...
the old pacemakers, they're eventually going to develop pacemakers that will allow that, but
will allow an MRI.
Eventually.
Now, what's the difference between a CAT scan and an MRI?
Well, CAT scans use x-rays to explore through the body. MRI uses radio waves. And it is possible to pump a radio wave into a certain part of your body and excite the hydrogen atom nuclei in the body that then become little transmitters of radio frequency.
Is that like radar?
No, because it's an absorption by the material, which then gives off RF, doesn't reflect it. It actually it generates a different RF that you can pick up with a radio receiver. And so it's totally different because radar simply reflects radio waves. This absorbs the radio wave into the molecule, and each molecule or atom or nucleus behaves differently, so you can segment the information from the hydrogen nuclei. And with magnetic fields, you can change the frequency for each spot. So by picking up the signal that's coming back and determining its frequency. And the amplitude at each frequency, you can get a change in the grayscale depending on the amount of hydrogen in that part of the body.
Now, in the beginning, your magnets weren't strong enough, right?
Well, the initial first 5 or 6 companies came out with magnets that were about 0.3 Tesla. That's 3,000 Gauss. The Earth's magnetic field is 0.6 Gauss. So that means the first machines had 5,000 times the magnetic field of the Earth on that tunnel.
And that wasn't enough.
Came back to Schenectady from Milwaukee. Reddington and his team, God bless them, said, Walt, the optimum frequency is 5 times as high as everyone else is saying is the right field. The competition again said GE has gone off on a crazy direction. It's too high a field. When we got the first image here in Schenectady, it was of a head sliced through the skull. It was the best image anyone had ever seen. It's on the cover of textbooks. Siemens said, they jumped up to 1.5. 2 would be better. So they made a 2 Tesla magnet, and they found out 1.5 was better. So once again, the R&D center had scooped the field.
Now you need